Hi everybody, this is the website boy again with tutorial 4.1 configuring PHP for Windows user, right? So that's what we're going to be doing today. We got to configure Windows, and just so you know, this is for Windows user only. I got a Mac tutorial which is 4.2, so make sure you watch that if you're a Mac user. Now, for those of you out there that want to download my exercise files, this is how you do it. thewebsiteboy.com/snippets. You can also watch the tutorials on my site, and you can also get the table of content there, so make sure you know that. Now, for those of you out there, I use Sublime Text as a co-editor. If you don't have one, you need to install one, and make sure you also have WAMP or MAMP installed. All right, now if you're a Windows user, you need to install WAMP. If you're a Mac user, you need to install MAMP, and I provide those videos, which are 2 or 3 in this series. All right, so make sure you have that information there. Now, if you want to subscribe to my channel, this is how you do it. Make sure you click that subscribe button there and subscribe to my series of videos, so that way you can get an automatic email every time I upload one of my videos. And you can also click next and previous videos there. Okay, now for those of you out there that see this thumbs up, click it. You know, it just helps me get more motivated. You know, keeps me up at night, wakes me up in the morning, so that kind of thing. For those of you out there that like my video, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, right? So let's go ahead and let's configure PHP for Windows. All right, I have a shortcut here of the document root, but you can also get to the document root by going to Start, Computer, C Drive, WAMP, www, and you can actually go back here and you can right click and create shortcut. Okay, that way you create the shortcut and you drag it to your desktop. So you create the shortcut like this and then you drag it to the desktop. Okay, I just wanted you to know that. I think I already mentioned that before, but just in case you missed it. Right, so what are we going to be doing here is very simple. I want to show you that function called display errors, and the good thing about the MAMP installation that we have now is that if we go to MAMP and we go to PHP, we go to PHP settings, we see that display errors is already turned on. All right, so we are I want to show you what this is. All right, let's just turn it off, right? Because some users are going to have it off. You see this is restarting right now. It's just the server just restarted automatically. So now that if we go to it, PHP and then settings, we see that display errors is off. I want to show you exactly what that is, so that way if you don't have it, you need to get it set up. So I'm going to make a file here. I'm going to right click on it, new text document, and I'm going to name this test.php. Now make sure that your extensions are showing. All right, so you just make sure that that's happening there. But anyways, let's go and open our code editor. And in this case, I'm going to open up Notepad. I'm going to drag this file into Notepad called test.php. all right, and it's empty right now. And if you go to your browser and you type your localhost, right, localhost /test.php, right, we see there is nothing there. That's because I mistyped that somewhere. Let's see if we're gonna save this document actually. So let's just save it. Actually, it is already saved, but okay, so we have a problem. The problem is that this document, for some reason, it actually has another extension. As you can see here, let me just see if I can. No, actually, I can't make it bigger. But if you see here, it has little lines, meaning that this is a text document. When I right-clicked it and I went to create new, and I put text document created, even though we have this extension here .php, it's still a text document. All right, we're not seeing that. I think it's control. We need to actually open up another tab here, another option that we are going to be able to see the extensions here. So I think it's Control Shift, right click on it, or Control or Alt. There we go. We click on Alt and then we go to tools. We open folder options. All right, I haven't actually been in Windows for a long time. I'm using a Mac usually now, since the monitor is bigger on my Mac. But anyways, so I go to general and I'm going to view, and then here these settings here, we should, you see this setting that said don't show hidden files. We need to show those hidden files, so we are going to say show hidden files, and then we are going to click apply, and you can see in the left side here it's gonna do something. All right, it's not doing it yet. Let's just click OK and see what happens. Not yet. Let's go back into it. Let's go to tools, folder options, view, and let's see what else are we missing. So we have display hidden files, hide extensions for known files. Let's actually unclick this and click apply, and that should take care of the issue. So instead of this one, the show hidden files, it was the hide extension for known files. All right, and then click OK. And now we can see that this is actually a text document. So what we're gonna do is that we are going to right click on it and rename it and take this txt out of there. And it's telling me, you sure you want to change it? I'm gonna say yes, I do. And now those little lines on that icon there does not show. Now we can go here and it says it doesn't exist anymore. Keep this file in the editor. No, that's fine. Let's just drag the new one there, and we are dragging the new file in there. And then let's open up a browser again and let's refresh this, and now you can see that it's working. All right, so let's just minimize this and get my editor right here. All right, so I want to show you that if you have displays errors off like we do right now, the application doesn't work. So let's open a PHP tag here. Let's just close it also. Let's bring it down and let me call a variable that doesn't that doesn't exist. I'm sorry. And let's just do this variable here, and let's just Control S on it and refresh. As you can see here, it's supposed to give us an error here because this is not a variable that has been defined yet. Let's take this off. Let's Control S on it and let's refresh it. Again, nothing. Let's just write something crazy here, and let's just put this, and I don't know, whatever, like that, and let's put something like that and whatever. So Control S, refresh again. We're supposed to get a big error here and nothing yet. So that's what happens when you don't get that display error. And that display error function is very useful when you're developing, especially learning. Imagine you have an application that requires 1,000 lines of code and something happens to your application. You can't see where it is, right? You know, that display errors will help you see, especially in what line you have a problem. Now, you don't want that display errors on when you already have the whatever web application or develop already. You want to turn it off when you are in that production, right? In the development process, yes, you can leave it on, but in the production, when you're already finished, you have to turn it off. So let's just go back to WAMP and turn that on. Settings, and let's turn it on. Right, it's gonna restart again. It's turning yellow and then it's gonna turn green. There we go. And I'm going to refresh, and now it's gonna tell me that I have a whole bunch of errors. Right, it's telling me you got an error on line 5. So I'm gonna take line 5 out. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna refresh it here, and it's telling me you have another error on line 6. So that's pretty cool, right? I'm gonna take it off, save it, and refresh it. Now it's telling me you have an undefined variable on line 7. Oh, it's not defined. That sucks, right? So it tells us the error. Let's go ahead and fix that error, right? And whatever, we do something here, and let's just refresh it, and now you see that it does not give us the error since everything is fine. So that's why the display function is very useful, right? Something else that I want you to also keep in mind: go to WAMP and PHP. Make sure that you have this on here, output buffering. I'm gonna turn it on right now. It's gonna restart again, and we're gonna wait for it. It's green. Go to PHP settings, and output buffering. The way we checked if output buffering is on right now, because I don't see a little line here. I think we might have to install a module for that. But let's just double check to see what's going on with output buffering. We don't need it right now. We might do it later. So let's just check it. Let's go to the WAMP again and go to localhost. All right, and we don't have a localhost page. The reason is because I deleted it on the last tutorial. But let's go ahead and make that work. All right, so in this test PHP, I'm going to make that function to see if output buffering is on. All right, so let's go and type PHP info parentheses, and then we're going to end it with a semicolon, and I'm going to save it. I'm going to refresh here. All right, actually I need to go to that page. I'm in localhost. I'm going to test.php. I'm going to click enter, and now we can see if that function, that output buffering is on. All right, so how we're going to find it? We're going to go to Chrome and we're going to go find, and we are going to say output buffering. Right, I can just, right here is actually already on, so it's on. So we are good with output buffering, and later on we're going to be using that function. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this tutorial, for supporting me, and if you like the video, please like it. Don't forget that. If you are new to my PHP tutorials or channel, subscribe. Okay, very important. That way you can get an automatic email, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Good luck with everything, and thanks.